4 legs all done. Well, sort of stage 1 anyway, all cut. Let me get you off there. Oh, I'll just do this. Look, there we go. Look, here we are. So, all done, all tapered, all fairly close to being the same size. So, I don't know if you can see. The line goes through there, through there, through there, through there, through there, and then at this end, I mean, I've planed that line off, but it's, can you see it there, and then down there, down there. Anyway, look, so they're fairly close to being the right size, and I've done the hard work of the taper. I've glued it there, actually, because that was a split all the way along there. So I've glued that. I've got one problem there. You see that there, where I just cut with a saw because I was struggling. But you know, I learnt from that, obviously, because that's what we do. Get back on your perch. There you go. So there we go. So I think this is now going to be episode 8 of the table. So I've got 2 feet, 4 legs. What I've got to do now, the next step is going to be to cut most of this away to that distance there, leaving behind the sticky out bit, which I believe is called the tenon, in a mortise and tenon. The bit, in fact, that's going to stick in that slot there. Okay, and then that leg will go ka-chunk and slot in there. So I'm going to have to transfer, well, first of all I'm going to have to decide which leg goes where, and then transfer the measurements of the mortises onto the bottoms of these legs so that they all line up, so that I can get them the right size, I guess. So that's what I'm going to try and figure out now. It's just about transferring lines from one piece of wood to the other. I think I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to change my glasses from pure safety to magnification or focusing, so I can actually, oh look, I can actually see things now. Makes such a difference. So yeah, so let's get rid of some of these. Yeah. All right, so let's get rid of that one as well. It's going to be something like, can you see down here? Something like laying that down, so I've got the measurements there, lining that up and transferring them over, or maybe putting that there like that and saying that line goes to there. But we shall do this. Hello. We shall do this in the time lapse. All right. So let's see you on the other side. So I did it. Look, I thought I was cutting grooves, so because you want to cut it larger than you need, but I started cutting on the wrong side of the line. But it's okay, I got away with it. Now what I've got to do is get that to fit in that, and this is A, so it's important that you label them because they're all going to be slightly different. Oh, bloomin'. So I've labelled these as well. So A, and B. I haven't picked the leg for B yet. Now, before I do that, you see that line there? Do you see that line there? That's where it's got to be. It's pretty close all the way around, but I do need to take off a little bit. But I don't really have. See, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it with a chisel because it will split the wood. I think, and I'll go wrong. I need a plane, but obviously this is not going to do it. My little smoothing plane here, because that blade just doesn't get close enough to the edge. But look what I have here. A number 78. Number 78 Stanley. Rabet plane. Rabet Rabet. It's got some bits and pieces here. Can you see? Can you see? Bits and pieces. Let's go down here. Bits and pieces. Oh, more bits and pieces. That's obviously a fence kind of thing. And that's another little fence. And look at this lovely oiled paper. And here is a rabbit plane, and that goes right to the edge. Now I can't remember why I bought this. I had an idea that I would. No, I bought it for this table because I was going to cut a rebate in there, or a rabbit, but never actually used it. So I'm going to use it to tidy up this end. Sort of check it for square, I suppose. Well, at least flatness. I can check it for square that way. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It's not really very flat. Maybe I'll just keep going on that bit, a little bit there. Just going to take the fence out. I'm not sure that's helping a huge amount. That's a depth fence. That goes there, I think. And that controls the depth. But I don't need that either. That's the tricky stuff right there. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's, yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll clamp it and glue it so it's all clamped and glued, and then I'll have to tidy it all up. Because I mean, it's, you know, it's the joinery that's hard. It's the joining of two bits of wood together that's difficult. Because you've got to get everything flat and square and true. Because if it's on that side, it's up this side. Oh, I don't know. But I think it'll be okay. I'm going to glue this little splinter that I took off, and I'm going to glue the little tear out that I took off there. And then I'll do the other 3 legs off camera, because what we don't want is 4 episodes of me just trying to do legs. And then I've got to do the tops. Oh yeah, definitely not going to attach this until I do the tops. Yeah, okay, that's what I'll do. The cross pieces here, hope you can see, the cross pieces that will go here, I don't have. I've got to go and buy some more wood, which means I've got to send an email to my woodman. Alright, so that'll do for today. That's the end of episode 8, I believe. Okay, I'll see you again in the next episode. We'll continue with the desk.